Hi, beloveds. Welcome to this week's episode of the Remembrance series, Awaken the Master Within. My name is Alexandra Mathews and I'm your host. Today we're going to be talking about allow versus force, inviting ease and releasing the struggle. So let's go ahead and begin by wherever you are. Just take a moment to go ahead and take a nice deep breath into your belly. And exhale, release the sigh or sound. Welcome. So the invitation for today is to invite a sense of relaxation into our lives. We can forget that relaxation is a very necessary thing for us to be in optimal health, to be in our optimal state. We often think of relaxation as lying on a hammock, sleeping, napping at the end of the day or on a vacation, rather than relaxation being a state of being to embody as often as possible. Definitely something that I learned in my yoga training, that when we are relaxed, when our muscles, when our mind, when we're in a relaxed state, there's just this ease that's present. It's not only just a feeling, but actually our muscles relaxing saves and conserves energy. So when we're constantly in this tense space, we're actually exerting energy. So we might do a number of things like drinking coffee or other ways to get energy, and yet if we're not paying attention to where we're actually leaking energy, then we're just working against ourselves or being terribly inefficient. And this isn't the only area that I want to address. I want to really address forcing versus allowing. So it's so romanticized often in our culture to make it happen, to just really go for it, make it happen, that it's truly only us that is running the show. There is no higher power, there is no other greater entity that is also holding the planets in space, that is making our heart beat. And this invitation is to align ourselves with this greater power, that there is this flow, there is this current of energy, there is this beautiful stream, and I like to just flow downstream. This is a very Taoist principle, and I love to share this because this is probably one of the biggest changes in my life that I've made that has really brought me so much peace, so much ease, so much joy, so much just relaxation. I am a very strong-headed, because I'm a Taurus. Being in the acting industry, a lot of it is about go out there and make it happen. The ones that go out there and make it happen, those are the ones that are successful. And not to say that there's not merit or value in that. Again, it's not about the actions. I'm really speaking to the energy that we're embodying while we're taking the actions. So we can still make those 100 phone calls. We can still go on all of those castings. But if we're doing it from this energy of like, I gotta make it, I gotta do it, I gotta make it happen, I'm trying really hard, there's just this energy, not only in our body, in our psyche, in our mind. It's exhausting, right? And so many of us get burnt out from this very thing. So my invitation, the reminder for me, for you, for all of us, is to invite ease in our way of being, to invite ease in our day, to just take a moment to breathe, slow down, and have our work smarter, not harder. Align ourselves with this epic cosmic current of energy that is flowing with our divine destiny. Our souls have this divine blueprint that if we just take the moment to drop in, center ourselves, we can actually be far more efficient, get way more done, because we will be not exerting so much force. We will have way more energy to do all of the things that we want to do. I mean, just look in your own lives. Just notice, what are the effects of when you're in that state of like, this isn't working, but you have this goal and you're attached and you want to make that happen and you're not going to back down. You keep going, and sometimes we apply more force, more pressure. What if we just let go? What if we instead We just allow. So a really good analogy for this is if you have a garden hose and you're watering your garden, and you know, maybe you want to get to work, maybe you want to go do something else, you're like, it's not coming out fast enough. So you squeeze the hose, so a lot more water pressure comes out. So yeah, so you have a lot more water coming out for a moment, but what happens? You're squeezing the hose, so you're cutting off the flow. So in that attempt to want to make more happen faster, we're actually in the long term cutting ourselves off from this epic, powerful source of energy that is flowing through us, that instead if we just let go and allow, then we will actually be able to get more done. We will feel so much better within ourselves. Here's another good little analogy is a rose, is a flower. So I definitely used to be one of those people that I want it now, and I want all of it, and I want it now. So here's this beautiful flower, this blossom that is blossoming. Maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a new friendship or a new romantic relationship or a career, a new project that you're starting. I'd be someone that would just want to, the rose is trying to blossom, and I'd just be like, blossom already, and I would like tear off the petals, and then I get to it, and then it's dead. So it's been such a powerful lesson for me to learn to allow things to blossom in their own time, to not force things. Me forcing is just my ego. Love the ego, bless the ego, it has its purpose. So I don't want to get into ego shaming, but it's just the ego wanting what it wants and wanting it not now, not trusting. And that's actually where this comes into, is that when we're forcing, we're not trusting in that larger source. Perhaps we don't have a connection with that higher power. Perhaps, you know, our relationship to religion has had us just completely disconnect from any sort of that idea. But when we can actually trust that there is something larger holding us, again, the energy that holds the planets in space, that keeps us breathing, that keeps our heart beating, when we can trust, we're far more likely and willing to just relax, surrender, and allow things to unfold in their own time, in their own way, because we know that there's this larger picture and there's these larger cycles that we can't see right now. And through forcing, we might actually get this thing that we think we want right now and come to realize we actually don't really want it. So perhaps that thing not coming with ease, perhaps the fact that there is some resistance could be an indicator that that might not be in our highest alignment. Not saying that it's not, because it's not to say like, oh, it's not happening, I'm going to give up on that and do something else. Perhaps there's another angle, another way to go about it. Maybe not keep knocking our head against the closed door and look at all of the other doors that are opening up, perhaps for the same goal. But maybe the universe is asking us to be a little bit more creative and to think of other possibilities. Or perhaps we're too attached to the form of something. We think that it needs to be this person or it needs to be this project, but it can be something that still has the same essence, but maybe it's something else. So I hope this was helpful for all of you. This has been so tremendous for me to just relax and chill out and allow things to happen. And there's just so much more enjoyment that we can receive from life when we come from this space. And when we slow down, we find that actually we have more time and space to do all of the things that we love, to spend time with all of the loved ones in our lives. And then we're able to contribute that beautiful, relaxed energy to everyone that we come in contact with. We know what it's like when we're in this super hectic, frenzy state. It's like we're not present in any moment, and we're also bringing that anxiety everywhere we go. And then we look back and we're not really wanting that. So it's such a gift to be able to give people your presence, your peace. People love that. People remember how they feel when they're around you. So try this on, see for this next week. If there's something that you're trying to make happen, but it's not happening, the person is not calling you back and you've called 10 times, just maybe let it go. Maybe say a little prayer, surrender it up to Source, do whatever other actions, take care of some other things on your list, and notice what happens. Once again, I love you all so much. Thank you for your support. And we'll see you next week with vibrational maintenance, your personal hygiene. No, your personal energetic hygiene. Yes. We'll see you guys next week. Mwah.